The Battle of Samana, a fierce vengeance and a historic victory. In the year 1709, a fierce and blood-soaked battle unfolded in the hallowed soil of Samana, a town held tightly under Mughal rule. The Khalsa, led by indomitable Banda Singh Bahadur, clashed with the Mughal forces in a fight that would echo through the corridors of history, sending shockwaves all the way to the throne of Delhi. The Mughals had long sought to crush the spirit of Sikh people, but on that fateful day, it was their own foundations that would tremble. Samana was no ordinary town. It was a town drenched in the blood of innocence, a place where atrocities had been committed by the very hands of its executioners. The town was home to three notorious figures: Sayyid Jalal-ud-din, an executioner who had mercilessly beheaded Guru Tegh Bahadur; Shashal Beg and Bashal Beg, the men responsible for cold-blooded execution of Guru Gobind Singh's two young sons. These men had not just spilled blood, they had murdered the soul of Sikhism itself. For Banda Singh Bahadur, this town was a living nightmare, an embodiment of everything that the Mughals had done to its people. But it was also a place where his quest for vengeance would ignite and justice would be served with the might of his sword. On the eve of November 26, 1709, the Khalsa army led by Banda launched a relentless advance. With 3,000 horsemen and 5,000 foot soldiers, they set out under the cover of night, their hearts fueled by the memory of their martyrs and the desire to avenge the innocent lives lost. The darkness hid their movement as they neared the gates of Samana, their determination as sharp as their swords. At the crack of dawn, Banda's forces reached the gates, the town heavily defended, but Khalsa came not to negotiate, but to strike like a thunderbolt. With the first kill of the gatekeepers, the gates of Samana were breached. The gates opened, the floodgates of vengeance were unleashed. Once inside, the battle turned into savage onslaught. Banda's army, joined by local peasants who had suffered under the tyrannical rule of their feudal lords, stormed through the town. This was not just an army of the warriors, it was an army of the oppressed, their rage and fury driving them to the very gates of hell itself. The executioners Sayyid Jalal-ud-din, Shashal Beg and Bashal Beg were hunted down with ruthless precision, each one meeting their end as a testament to the blood they had spilled. But the Khalsa did not stop there. The people of Samana, who had long suffered under the Mughal rule, found their moment of freedom and vengeance. In the madness of the battle, the city of Samana was torn apart. Thousands of Mughal soldiers and civilians were slaughtered, and estimates claiming nearly 10,000 Muslim lives lost in the chaos. The town was razed to ground, a pile of rubble and blood, as Banda and his forces destroyed the heart of Mughal dominance in the region. The Khalsa not only emerged victorious, they left behind a trail of blood-soaking retribution that would be remembered for generations. The victory of Samana was not just a military success, it was the birth of something greater, the first Sikh state. Banda Singh Bahadur's triumph in Samana marked the beginning of a new chapter in Sikh history, one of independence and self-rule. As the dust had settled, Banda Singh appointed Fateh Singh as the governor of Samana, establishing a stronghold that would serve as a beacon of hope for Sikh community. The victory was not just confined to the town itself. It spread like a wildfire as Banda and his forces plundered key towns on the way to Sirhind. Ambala was looted, supplies were razed, and towns like Kunjpura, Gurham and Thaska, inhabited by Muslim Ranagars who had been notorious for their tyranny, were wiped off the map. The spoils of war was not just wealth. They were the freedom that the Sikh people had longed for, and the defeat of Mughals was a declaration that no longer would the Khalsa be subjugated. The Battle of Samana was more than a mere clash of armies. It was a message to the Mughal Empire that the Sikh spirit could not be crushed. Banda Singh Bahadur had led his forces to victory in one of the most fierce and ruthless battles of the era. The consequences were far-reaching, shaking the very foundations of Delhi and heralding the rise of Sikh governor. The fires of justice had been lit, and from the ashes of Samana, the Khalsa rose up as a force to be reckoned with. This victory would serve as a foundation for future campaigns, propelling the Sikh Empire into an era of glory, resistance, and freedom. It was a battle that would be remembered not just for its brutality, but for its profound impact on destiny of Sikh people.